What's going on, guys? It is Sneed from Sneed Mobile Tech, and in today's video we have a T-Mobile and Sprint merger update. What I want to cover is a T-Mobile and Dish network update, more so with Deutsche Telekom. They are currently in heavy negotiations with Dish chairman Charlie Ergen and the Department of Justice Antitrust Chief Makan Del-Rahim. Now, the matters of these negotiations are centered around a spectrum hosting agreement as well as a revenue sharing agreement. Deutsche Telekom wants to set a 12.5% network capacity limit for Dish's access on the new T-Mobile network. I did report this yesterday, but just to kind of rehash on that, the DOJ is not with that. They are seeking full and unlimited access for Dish on the new T-Mobile network. Looks like they're trying to sweeten the deal for Dish Network. And of course, this makes total sense because in order to be a fully national, fully capable fourth carrier, you are going to need full access to a full network. So that makes total sense. If you're going to make a standalone Dish wireless network, it's going to take several years to build out that network. So you're probably going to need an extended contract lasting at least 6 or 7 years. This is something I stated several weeks ago on the podcast. For those of you that remember when I did say that, I also stated that access to the new T-Mobile network would be required for Dish to properly be considered a national carrier. So these things have, obviously come to fruition and come to a T. Now, the DOJ is really important here. This deal is a no-go without their okay and their blessing. Needs to be a bit of a perfect storm to push aside the state attorneys general's claims on their lawsuit and blockage of the merger. So that's what the DOJ is trying to do here. Also keep in mind, we still have not received any confirmation from a state of California Utility Commission's approval on the merger. So there's a couple things going on there. Now, with the last half of this video, I want to talk a little bit about Dish Network. So Charlie Ergen is clearly a pain in the backside of the merger. He's very difficult here with the negotiations. As good as he is about being here and available in these talks, he is equally as difficult in trying to get these deals closed. He's become an obstacle in a way. So the DOJ has many reservations on Dish. I think more specifically Charlie Ergen in this case. Number one, he may only be looking for an FCC extension on the March 2020 deadline for the spectrum deployment ultimatum. Number two, they also fear that he would likely sell out during the build-out period for the new network. And of course, in that time, he could always sell to a huge mega company like Amazon or some other cable provider that may not be exactly what the DOJ or the FCC is looking for. And of course, number three, the FCC may not be with Dish's demands in this case. And I think Deutsche Telekom has made it pretty clear they have their own reservations. Dish wants to, possibly sell to Amazon. Deutsche Telekom wants a 5% cap investor limit in terms of capital investment in, anybody getting in on the new Dish network investment. Keep in mind that, for network deployments, and all this capital investment, it does take a lot of money that Dish may not be able to, put up front. And a mega company could come in and say, hey, give us a percentage of stake and ownership, and we'll be in with you guys. So Dish has always wanted partners in this. The DOJ and the FCC appear to be a little gun shy on that. So obviously that could be some roadblocks there. And the FCC obviously is going to be seeking a very, very strict agreement in place with Dish Network as they build out and making sure that those things are protected. So what I want to do with this announcement is kind of give you guys my takeaways, and then you guys can give me yours. So my takeaways, first, Charlie Ergen has a bad reputation. He's difficult to deal with. He's been known to hoard spectrum. That's not what the FCC wants. They want it built out. It's possible he could be looking for a bailout. Ultimately, it looks like a lot of people are thinking about this. And of course, he's just a pain. He's not good at closing deals. Another takeaway, the DOJ wants to really ensure a legitimate fourth carrier to convince courts that, this merger is a good thing and we're creating a legitimate fourth competitor in the wireless space to replace Sprint. The one thing I do question, though, Deutsche Telekom will probably not get away with only allowing a 12.5% network capacity limit. I just don't think that's legitimate. The DOJ is seeking 100%, but I think at least giving the fourth carrier, in this case Dish, at least 80 to 90% capacity access to the network, because they've got to be able to compete, and they've got to do so with performance and then also pricing. And of course, the DOJ wants 100 capacity and access. They may get what they want, who knows. And also, the FCC knows Charlie Ergen very well. They've dealt with him in the past. They want to make sure there's going to be strict agreements and guidelines and making sure that those things are in place so their monkey business is kind of kept in check. And of course, the merger has gone beyond T-Mobile and Sprint at this point. We're talking Deutsche Telekom now, the parent company. We're talking the DOJ with Della Rahim working directly with Deutsche Telekom, as well as Charlie Ergen. It almost feels like T-Mobile is an afterthought in all of this. So you guys give me your takeaways in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything that I brought up and all the news and the updates there. I want to give a big shout out to the Discord community. Big shout out to the patrons over on the Patreon page. You guys can check those communities out. There are links in the description box below. And there's also a link in the description box for a small or occasional PayPal donation if you'd like to support your creators directly. All considerations are greatly appreciated. I think I'll leave it at that. I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to comment. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.